Hello everyone, how you guys doing today? We are back here on the World of Otium with another episode, and we are out here in our massive build. See that going all the way to the sky. Got a beacon over here, got some cactus going on, but we are actually going to do something different today. We are not going to be doing a build. We are actually going to be working on some redstone. I've got it'll be partially of a build, but I got some work that we need to get done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go prep a couple areas. I am going to get my redstone that I'm going to need for this, and I will be going after a little bit of redstone today. So let me go gather that all up, and I will be back with you here in just a bit. Alright, welcome back. So we are in, and we are going to be building our water elevator today. I'm going to specking out the floor just a little bit here. So I got my redstone box, got a bunch of stuff in here. Don't mind the diorite, it has a use. And gotta get a couple things done. So I've been looking at the floor more than anything else, and one of the things I want to do is I want to make it spawn proof. So I'm gonna probably put the floor down and then put glass over all of it. So that's step one. But the other thing is that even if I do that, I still want to be able to see what's under there. So I need some light. And JavaDad, who's actually currently on, has been sort of setting up a really basic guardian farm. And if you're not watching his channel, you should be. He did a really super simple guardian farm. He was doing a lot of AFK for us and getting a bunch of materials for us. And this we're going to use for a lot of lighting here. And I think it's going to have some good uses in certain spots. And you can tell it's overwhelmingly quartz. All the feedback and comments said quartz for the stairs, so we have gone, replaced it all, and this is probably going to be quartz. I got an idea for a revolving door, at least in theory. I have no idea how I'm going to pull it off, but that's what I'm going to do. And this is going to be our floor level right here. So this lantern is going to be in the floor. It is a non-spawnable location, and then I'm going to have a couple more, and that's going to be like this. And then glass is going to be at this level. So maybe we do want to put this down like right here. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Ooh, yeah. And then glass. Then I got to pull out all this, put a quartz in. Oh well, is what it is. And then I'm going to have a little pattern in the floor. And this is where I already dug out to do our redstone. So we are in good shape there. You can see all the quartz I've been gathering. And next, I need this. And where is it? I think it's up back in my storage area. In addition to the sea lanterns, have been ever so privileged to have prismarine shards from JavaDad. And AlethaPrime lives out in a mesa right now, and she has been killing squid. Where are you at? That one? There we go. And we have got enough to do a stack of dark prismarine, and hopefully that is going to be enough. So, wow. A little laggy here today for some reason when I'm recording this. Been popping in and out of Elytra mode quite a bit, so All right, so we're gonna do this main little area here in dark prismarine. That's what this is all going to be. On the inside here, and these stone bricks are actually going to be black concrete. Okay. And then the outside of this, I'm not sure yet what colors I'm going to use. I may use like white over here, the cyan clay over here, and then the blue over here, just to sort of keep that color themes going even down into the floor. Or I may do something entirely different for the pattern for this. All right. We're going to do all this. This whole thing is going to be filled in with this center area is going to be all covered up, except for a couple of spots. And I'm just throwing in lights just so nothing comes in and blows me up, because it's been that kind of week. So that's what it's going to look like. Imagine that whole thing filled in and that torch going away. It's sitting there. I mean, burn like that. A lot of dark prismarine. I'm gonna have to go get some more. Wow. Okay. And then we're gonna have glass on this, so we're probably gonna do a clear glass and then a black glass and then whatever colors we do. It'll be really kind of cool. But right next, we're gonna get in here and we're gonna work on our redstone. So I'm gonna grab me some scaffolding dirt. You can kind of see this little room here I made just to store all this stuff. And I'm gonna get some glass. Not to do any of the actual building, but in order to help with some of the setup. And let's see here. What else do I need? This is my junk chest. We're gonna need some water, but I got some ice out there. That'll work. I have to get some string. I don't have any string. Just started putting together my redstone box because I got 7. But let's go down. Let's go hop down in here in the hole. Start putting this together. All right. So you go there. You go there. Then all right. So the trick is we're going to set this up to be a water elevator all the way up. So the first thing I want to do, a little light down here. We're working with water and redstone, so that is never a good combination. All right, so this is going to be our water column. And this is going to be a holder for it. And this whole stone thing is going to go away. So this area right here is going to be glass. And we're going to fill this in with a little bit of dirt here just to sort of remind us at what level we're building at. So mess this up. I don't have to rebuild this whole thing down one level, which will probably happen. Okay. All right, so this is where our water is going to be. That means I need that block. That block. Awesome. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna. All right, so. Oop, nighttime. We're inside. It's safe, and JavaDad just slept for us. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to get ourselves 4 stairs. And this actually, believe it or not, is the very last bit that I figured out on doing this. And ended up being probably one of the more important aspects of this build. That's the 4 stairs. Yes. Dropping to the ground. Scaffolding. And back up we go. Alright, so we need to get there. And stair. There. Stair. There. So those 4 stairs really define and make this really the functional part of this. And I may actually decide to do a tutorial on this because I think this is a really cool elevator. I haven't seen anybody else do it. I'm sure it's out there, but you know, I like trying new and different things. So, all right. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get some observers out and scaffold up again. Well, and I probably dug this hole a little too deep to do this first spot, but do this first thing. So we want these 4 observers facing up, and you could probably get away with just the front 2, but I'm going to do all 4, sort of give it a more symmetrical look. Get away with all. There we go. 4 of those. So let's pull down our scaffolding, take a look at what we're kind of doing up here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to have, this is all glass, remember? We're going to have glass panes going up, holding back our water source block off these stairs. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have these observers looking up. They're going to have a piece of string on them. And these observers are going to fire pistons and run a little signal through. These observers, these stairs, the overall contraption is really what I think makes this darn it, really makes this a unique build. Just the way that I've got this all together. I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to see how this actually works, going all the way to the top. So let me build in the next little step. We can talk about what we've got below this, and then we can take a look, and I'll bring you right back. Arrgh. Going to get you. No, JavaDad was gracious enough to come over and left us some extra dark prismarine, and we were able to get him a bat head. So he was so kind as to give us one of his extra guardian heads, which is just great. All right, so what I've got is the next part of our build here. I need to put a piece of dirt there and put our magma block right here. And this is going to be what makes this elevator kind of interesting. So the intention of this is that I've got a piston right here that is going to push and pull this magma block out of the way. And what I'm going to do is right underneath it, I'm going to put some soul sand. Okay. And you'd think that that would be a problem because, well, you have to have all water columns all the way up, right? That's kind of the requirement of this, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to cheat it a little bit. Let's take a look at what's going to happen. So we've got a water elevator going all the way up, right? And then we pull this block out, and I got a source block here, but I don't have one below where that block was, right? So all of a sudden, I've got an opening right here that doesn't have a source block. But here's what's the interesting part of this. You can see here, I got a hole and a hole here. So what does that mean we're going to do? Right. We going to take this dirt, a little bit of dirt, just like that. Okay. Go take a look. All right. So what I'm going to do, I got 2 little holes right here. I only got 1. Whoops. I forgot a spot. Put that there. And get another bucket of water real quick. Zombies or creepers, spiders. Eek. Wow. Gonna come and get me. Nice herd of skeletons over there. I probably need to light that up a little bit better. And boom. So I now have an infinite water source. So as our process goes, when we pull this piston back and forth, I create a new source block underneath it, right? And from that, we get the up and down of our elevator. That's what I think is kind of interesting about how this is all put together. So the next trick is that each of these is going to drop down and sort of feed into a timer mechanism, and that is why I needed that. So it looks like I think everything else in here is going to be seen from above, except for this. What we need to do here is this. I think I want it all to come out. Okay. What we do, redstone dust, like that. And this is going to go into a timer mechanism that'll give us enough time that this block gets retracted. Right? So the default status of this is going to be on. And then we'll set a timer that'll retract this magma block. Allow this to go up, allow us to go all the way up. And then by default, it'll be set to come down so that we can trigger it with these observers up here rather than trying to find something up above that will trigger it. So these will have some string on this, which is going to power this observer, which will go to this piston, which will light up that redstone down there, hit our timer. Then as our timer goes, we will be able to extend however long we need to take this all the way up to the top. So that's what we got. So let me build my timer mechanism, sort of plumb it all in, get a little bit of this up and going so I can kind of show you what it's going to do. So I'll be back with you here in a bit. All right, welcome back. So I've got this all finished up here. I even got the string on here. And I'm going to sort of show you what I got down here. So I've got a timer circuit right here that I actually think I need to move down 1 block. And it basically turns this piston off so that it retracts the block. So the default mode is this piston right here is on. These are all up. So what we've got here, I don't want to hit the string just yet. So we've got these. These are going to go all the way up to the top. And they're going to have hit and miss spots probably where they're going to go. And, you know, like as they run up here, they're going to hit this glass block that's going to be right here for this little bridge. It'll become the glass block, and then up above it, it'll have the guardrail, and then above that, it'll continue to have this that's going to hold this down. So that's what I've got right there. And then, like I said, I think one of my problem is actually a little piece of redstone right there. It's the only thing that I can't get covered up. I think that I got to move this whole thing down. It's a really simple circuit. So what it does is I found a tutorial online, and I'll try to remember to link it. But it has 2 droppers that are passing a block back and forth. And it's designed for a longer term delay. And the reason is that we got so far up to go, I want to make sure that we've got enough time. And what it does is it passes a block up when the bottom dropper passes it up to this one into this comparator and powers up this block. That then will turn off the torch on this block that has this out. And it'll also turn off this torch that is locking this hopper. This hopper has a certain number of items, so the more items we put in it, the longer the circuit. And what happens is this turns off, these items go back into this other hopper. There's a hopper right here. Goes back into this hopper here. And this comparator is sitting here watching this hopper. And as soon as it's empty, this observer sees that it's changed. This fires, hits this redstone, and then takes the item that has been passed from the block below and pushes it back down, which then turns off the whole circuit and it waits for the next one. So let's going to show you what it does. Not sure how long 49 is, but it shouldn't be that long. So the intention is you come in, you want to go up to the top, you come in, you walk across here, and it shoots you right up to the top. You may get a little bit of damage on some of them, and this is going to continue to pushing you all the way up until the block fires back, right? Which should be any time now. Maybe. And then it's got this. And the intention of the stairs is so that you can walk out of that. If you get pulled all the way down, you will sit on that block and you can't actually jump up out of it. So these stairs allow you to walk out of it. But that's what that clock works like, how this all sets up, and it's going to have it all the way up to the top. So yeah, that's what this is going to be like. And like I said, I have a sneaking suspicion I've got to drop this whole thing down a level. And if I do, it's not a big deal. Actually, I'm going to drop everything down a level, and what we'll do is we'll probably have something that you walk into this down into a little bit, but I'll work that out. So that is what I got time for. Hope you guys like this. This is a little bit different than what we normally do with a little bunch of redstone. Been doing a lot of building lately. Definitely, this is definitely something different. So I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on it. If you got any suggestions on what to do with this floor, what you guys think of this build, how this is all laying out, suggestions on how to put it together better, anything like that, I'd love to hear it. Love to hear your feedback on it for sure. If you do, go ahead and leave me comments down below. I have a bit of a problem with that. Fight with as well. Might have to change this up a little bit. If I do, I will. So it's something good to catch. Like I said, I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, comments on this, on how the build is going, anything else that you may see. Hit me up in the comments down below. Hit me on Twitter at @WanderingNerd. Always wanting to get your guys' feedback, what may be working, what may not be working. Definitely worth the time and the effort there to leave me comments. I do try to respond to every single one of them. Hopefully you guys liked today's episode. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you want to see more episodes like this, definitely subscribe. So, like I said, a little bit of different episode, a little bit more controlled into this this water elevator that we're doing here. If you guys are interested in a tutorial, drop me a comment, let me know. I'll see if I can get something put together. But until next time, this is a Wandering Nerd.